Peace and love. Peace and love. Can everybody hear me? Let me know. You're now rocking to the sounds and vibrations of your boy Malik Kilam, also known as Don Kilam. You're now rocking to the sounds. And as always, prosperity is your birthright. So I guess the sound check is good. We late night, man. How y'all feeling? It's holy day. Friday is the holy day, man. How y'all feeling out there? Peace and love, world. March myself down here so I can see the chat. Peace and love, world. If you got me on the Instagram, it's Don_Kilam, DON_KILAM. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Let me know. Comment your state in the comments. If you follow along on the live, let me know what state you tuned in from. Your territory. Peace and love. Peace and love. If you're on the replay, let me know in the comments. Tell me your state. I'm about to go over some valuable information. I should have put some details in the box, but hey, it is what it is. What I named this on the YouTube, if you ain't got me on the YouTube, look me up, Don Kilam. We got Louisiana in the building. We got Dallas in the building. I'm going to be in Dallas too next week. Operating a 508c1a trust entity for state recognition. We got Los Angeles in the building. So today we're going to learn. Because I want you to know you can create this trust and not truly file any paperwork. It is what it is. You don't have to file any paperwork with the IRS for real. I'm going to go over some of that. But look, this is for grants, loans, and tax exemptions. So I'm going to show you how you can get your tax exemption so you can start getting loans and grants as a tax exemption entity. Because they're always asking for tax forms if you're an entity. Well, if you're a non-profit, you don't have to file none. You're a 508. So I'm going to show you how to get around those things. Because I know somebody got $150,000 with the EIDL loan utilizing this method, all right? So if you want this ebook that we're going over, it's called Operating a 508c1a Trust for State Recognition by the Don Kilam Trust Company. We got Brian Williams in the building. Peace and love. I believe he's in Minnesota. But let me give you some ads first, man. You already know I'm not a licensed attorney tax expert. I do this for educational and informational purposes only. We do got the second annual $1 million worth of game. $1 million worth of game that's coming up. The second annual $1 million worth of game. The first one was a huge success in Tampa. And so we're just going to keep that same energy. So you can go to MalikKilam.com or DonKilam.com now to sign up. Second annual $1 million worth of game. And if you're a private member, you can join us for half off. You do get 50% off. Just reach out to me. I'll give you the code. You get 50% off for this event. Second annual $1 million worth of game. It's going to be a 3-day training. We're going over status correction, 1099 OID training, getting out of debt, court issues, getting out of jail, reclaiming your name, importance of a trust, establishing your business, building business credit, restoring and building personal credit, and secure party creditor myths, and much, much more. And listen, if you have a debt or somebody that's in jail or something, I will work with you one-on-one. I will give you the methods. I'll go over your situation, hear it real quick, and then show you what I would do, how to assess the situation, all right? Next, tomorrow, August 28th, 2021, which is today for some people, I'm going to have a course because I've been putting it off. Listen, I'm going to give you valuable information, how to get a home loan, all right? How to go get a home loan. And for some people, they don't even have to put any money down, all right? So I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can get a home loan and create income off these things. And also, if you join this class, go to MalikKilam.com. If you join this class, I'm also going to give you, I'm going to go over some of my lenders, people that has been giving me startup funding. I'm going to give y'all 5 of them, all right, with contact information. But you better make sure you join this class. That class is, and I'll give you the other 5 next month when I have the actual class for startup businesses. But look, I'm giving away a lot of game, man. I got 10 lenders that I've actually got funding from personally. Startup business, but really pretty much not showing them anything except a few bank statements. So I'm going to go over that as well, man. I'm giving away the game. I'm trying to tell you. That's what it is. Go to MalikKilam.com. Now back to operating a 508c1a trust for state recognition. We got the trillionaire in the building that says, praise Yahweh. Peace and love. Peace and love to Yahweh. Whatever you call your source's name. Peace and love to your source. May you bring your source down with you. Your higher power. Your higher infinite power. May you bring it down with you right now to bring you clarity and understanding of what I'm going over. And understand so you can have clarity of how important this is. I'm not just using up my higher power's time to shit and giggle all fucking day. You hear me? We're here to build everlasting generational wealth. That's what we're here to do. So if you find this information of value, make sure you leave a donation via Cash App, TheDonKilam, TheDonKilam, or go to donkilam.com/donate, donkilam.com/donate. We got Captain Norseman in the building. Peace and love. Cool MG in the building. If you desire this ebook along with the ministry trust templates and non-for-profit bylaws or your church's constitution, a template of it, leave a donation of $97 via Cash App. Via TheDonKilam, TheDonKilam, and put hashtag non-P, N-O-N-P, non-P in the memo box with your email address. We got TJ Nab in the building. Peace and love. Let me know where y'all tuning in from, man. Let me know what state y'all in, man. Territory. If you need guidance with establishing your trust, just contact Don Kilam. Email him at support@donkilam.com or booking@donkilam.com, or send a text to 480-573-4879. Again, that's 480-573-4879. The contents of this research documents the comments of the author are of no legal bearing, real or imagined. This information is provided as a guide into the formation of a non-bearing tax-free trust for informational purposes only. We got Texas in the building. Texas is always deep with Don Kilam. Let me spark this up. Right now is the time you hit like, subscribe, share. We got Orlo in the building. Like, subscribe, share with at least 2 to 3 people that you think is going to find this of value. Do it right now. Roll you up a blunt. Take some notes down. Get a pen so you can impress your subconscious. Because I'm about to drop the game down for y'all, because y'all are still asking me. I want to make sure y'all gaining clarity. And sometimes it does. We got New Mexico in the building. Peace and love. Sometimes it does pay. Like pay to have somebody go over this with you. It's called a teacher for a reason, or a leader for a reason. We're guiding you for a reason. Sometimes you need that external validation. You can't always do it by yourself. You're not training with the right people or around the right vibes and energy that want to see you succeed and learn this stuff, because some people don't even believe it to be real. We got Victorville, California in the building. Peace and love. And I'm telling you, all you got to do is look this up. I'm giving y'all the codes. So many believe filing for a 501c3 is the only protection against certain issues. One being protections of private assets. Remember, a 508c1a is actually a 501c3 with exemptions. The 508c1a gives exactly the same protections as a 501c3 under IRS code 26501 and 508. All right. Now, the First Amendment, the church, religion, organization. This is actually the oldest form of a trust and faith-based organizations, or FBO. During the early years of our country, as of the approval of the First Amendment, the basic rights of all faith-based organizations was set forth. Congress should make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech. The general context of operation for this form of organization is simple. But first, keep in mind that all trust is based on comprehension of words and being able to implement the law. Key words to take away when establishing this trust is that anyone can do it. Every household falls under this trust if expressed correctly. The words that are very similar are convention, treaty, and ministry. Understand these words. Convention, treaty, and ministry. And I'm going to go over them. So under 26 U.S.C. 508, special rules with respect to Section 501c3 organizations exemptions. Mandatory exceptions shall not apply to churches, their integrated auxiliaries, and conventions or association of churches. So I'm showing y'all the codes right now. This is the codes. We're good. You don't have to file anything as a 508. And this goes with churches, their integrated auxiliaries, and conventions or associated of churches. I'm going to break this down. Frequency, bliss, peace, and love. So, what is a convention? This is the one I want to show you. An agreement between countries covering particular matters, especially one less formal than a treaty. You got to understand different states are their own countries. Understand that. We got Pack Dog in the building, peace and love. Please understand that. If I'm in Nevada and California's right there, those are two different countries. Just because they teach you the United States is a country, United States is really not a country. All right? It's a corporation. You got to understand that. And all these other states are corporations too. But if you're a foreign entity to one another, that's like its own country. Now, and they can create their own treaties. So, what is a treaty? A formally concluded and ratified agreement between countries. A ministry, the work or vocation of a minister or a government department headed by a minister of a state. So you gotta understand, a ministry is a government department. That's the definition right there. Now, the 508c1a faith-based organization, FBO, is a religious, non-profit, tax-exempt organization. The 508c1a FBO is separate and distinct from a 501c3 charity and unincorporated faith-based organizations. An unincorporated faith-based organization, by definition, is a First Amendment church or organization. The 508c1a is recognized by the federal government by all 50 states and recognized internationally under the Hague Convention of the United Nations Charters. So this is recognized worldwide. Now, since its inception in 1954 with the Johnson Amendment, the 501c3 has been promoted and advertised by many as the only option to organizing a faith-based organization. This is incorrect. Federal law, IRS publications, and court cases all confirm and establish the rights and protections of the 508c1a faith-based organization. The 508c1a enjoys a mandatory exemption from all the restrictions of a 501c3. And it has included free speech restrictions. People don't understand that with the 501c3, you have freedom of speech restrictions. There's things you cannot say. You cannot speak against politics. I'm going to state that again. So we got life with Mark, peace and love. So understand this. If you're getting grants and funding under the 501c3 and you did not implement this correctly with the 508, then your freedom of speech is being limited in the public. Because you cannot speak ill will against the politicians, all right? Now, with that being said, a 508c1a is a registered state entity, just as a 501c3 is a state and federal sanctioned entity. Keep this in mind as we proceed further in this. A 508c1a is a 501c3 with special exemptions, all right? A 508c1a faith-based organization is a not-for-profit in the same context as a 501c3. Excuse me. Smoking on that gas. Appreciate you, Pack Dog. Appreciate the love. So, the 508c1a is a non-for-profit in the same context as the 501c3. The general context of an operation for this form of organization is as follows. The 508c1a is registered at the state level only. It is exempt from all federal filing requirements of the 501c3, including tax returns for the church itself. This is United States Code 26508 and United States Code 266033. For y'all that like to cop my words and post them on Instagram, Tag me in that shit. If y'all jacking my swag, y'all better tag me and shout me out, because you damn sure ain't leaving donations to everybody that's trying to get paid off my swag. But let me get back to the class. The 508c1A enjoys a mandatory exception from all the restrictions a 501c3 has, including free speech restrictions, IRS reporting requirements, rules, and regulations that the IRS may from time to time prescribe providing testimony under oath. I just got this together for y'all just about like an hour ago, man. I put this together for y'all. So look, so I'm gonna break this down because I might have went fast. I might not understand. Might even went over most of y'all's heads. There is we don't have to file tax returns for the 508. And that's under the codes 26508 and 266033. The 508c1A is registered with the state as a non-for-profit, and hence provides for limited liability. While not perfect and no law is, you do have some private asset protection under federal law 508c1A, and it's automatically tax exempt at the federal level. Automatically, there's nothing you have to do. You can give tax deductible receipts for donations. Would you register this correctly? You can give the receipts, tax deductible receipts for donations. Everything that you're doing is a donation or a gift. Freedom of speech, as indicated above or earlier, including but not limited to politics, initiatives, and candidates. You can talk about whatever, all right? Captain Norseman says, appreciate you, King. Appreciate you too, man. Much peace and love. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in on the YouTube as well. Now, you can ordain and license your own leaders. With proper filing with the state, it may receive a sales tax exemption, which I'm going to go over. But not all states will allow a 508 to be sales tax exempt. Contact your Department of Revenue for details. Contact your Department of Revenue for details. Providing the state certificates of organization and state exemptions of sales tax can be proof of exemption from property tax on the church-related structure. This is true for only a single property. The 508c1A operating as a church may or may not have paid employees or clergy. This is when you want to learn contracts. We got the real Jeremy Shorter in the building. Learn how to contract with one another. Independent contracting, all right? From the trust, all right? I go over this in the trustee training. The 508c1A is operating as a church, and so you will still get taxed if you're paying out employees on the payroll, all right? There's a way around that shit. They can volunteer their time and you can donate some money or however you want to do it, all right? It is best case to have clergy who has a job to secure their private income, all right? There is an exception to having clergy or persons in the capacity of paid employees. It is possible to have clergy or employees as private contractors. The benefit is they are not employees, and the only paperwork required of the church is to file a 1099 miscellaneous income statement. This will still require filing for an EIN. This is the recommended way to distribute compensation, all right? In the case where there is a need for a paid employee, the rules of employee tax and IRS publication 1828 must be met. In the instance of a paid clergy, the special rules for ministers must be met. And I'll go over that again, but we don't operate under that, all right? It is highly recommended that all who wish to form a 508c1A church and have paid staff or priests rather than private contractors, they need to read the 1828. But we private contract, all right? Hey, you want to be a trustee on the board? What's your spiritual beliefs? Y'all have a meeting on the minds. If it agrees, y'all have the same beliefs, y'all can create y'all's own trust together, all right? It's highly recommended. You find somebody, you go over this, you do some trustee training, all right? Or if you don't understand, get you an attorney. How to form a 508c1A. I'm going over it right now. There are general guidelines of the process and may vary from state to state. Most of the information required, including forms, may be obtained from the Secretary of State in your state of residence. And I'm going to show you the ones in Missouri. I'm going to go over the ones in Missouri, all right? I love Missouri. Everything's cheap. You know, St. Louis. Verify the name of 3 members if you want to do this with members. Board of directors if you want to do it. How I do it in the trust. All right, so how I set up my ministry trust is with my actual ministry that I'm setting up the church, and then the actual non-for-profit. Since they're 2 separate entities, I had them come together and create the ministry trust, and then boom, I'm the third party. See how it works? That might be too sophisticated for some people, but it's so simple. Some states may require more. You may or may not write an affidavit of intent to create your church. It can be signed by the board and 2 or more church members. This can then be notarized as a legal document. There is much controversy as to whether this is required, especially for a 508 church, all right? But so that's mostly for 501s. You have to write out your charter of operation and bylaws. Make sure to indicate if the board is clergy-led or board-led. Clergy-led or board-led. In clergy-led, the clergy uses the board only as advisors. This is not unusual for many smaller church groups. They assign one of the members as a secretary or treasurer. The clergy member who is on the board, along with the secretary or treasurer, must sign and co-sign the documents. Make sure to state that you are operating as a 508c1a. Do this all the time. Peace and love, peace and love. Always state that you are operating as a 508c1a. This is so important when you're doing your state documents. You always put that you're operating as a 501c1a. Obtain the statement of resignation of registered agent by a foreign or domestic for-profit, non-profit corporation from your state's attorney general's office or the state website. This person should be someone who will be with the church for an extended period, and the priest or a board member may be the best option. There may be a small fee to file this document. Make your own copies and send the signed originals and statement of resignation of registered agent by a foreign or domestic for-profit, non-profit corporation. Articles of Incorporation of a non-profit corporation in your charter and bylaws to your state attorney general's office. Now understand this. If I'm at home and I have a wife and kids, I'm the leader of my home, so I'm the priest. You follow me? Especially if I'm implementing spirituality, and y'all can come up with agreements together when creating this family ministry trust. You follow me? If you desire, it's called estate planning. You need to have family planning, truthfully. If you desire to have sales tax exemptions, locate the sales tax exemption document with the Department of Revenue. It may or may not require you to send in 1-year financial projection of income. There may or may not be a filing fee on this document. Note, not all states will allow a 508 to be sales tax exempt. Contact your Department of Revenue for details. But all states have the 501. All right? So make a determination if you need an EIN from the federal government. Peace and love, peace and love. It is possible to file all this online. You will only need an EIN if you pay employees or clergy, if your bank requires it to open a business account, but if you open it up to nonprofit, you get the EIN for the nonprofit. Do not tell your bank you are a 508c1a. We got Herman Phillips in the building, peace and love. They do not understand, in many cases, what that is. Simply hand them the EIN number in your charter and bylaws. They do not and are not required to understand the IRS codes, all right? They only understand UCC codes. There are some that indicate that having the EIN gives more credibility to the formation and validity of your church. While this may seem appropriate, the idea of a 508c1a is to attempt to be removed from the federal government as much as possible. Appreciate you, Goose Gates. Peace of love, kid. Do not, unless specified by your Secretary of State, fill out a form for a fictitious name. This is usually reserved for a sole proprietor business. If in the event you choose to have paid clergy or paid employees, make sure to read the entire IRS publication 1828. Now, I'm pretty sure I put this in here. I don't know if I did or not. Now, you make your name a business, then it's different. You can do things differently. All right? You follow me? You can pay the business. You can give things to the business. If you made your name the business, you made your name a LLC. You can even turn your name into the nonprofit if that's what you choose. But check this out. The 508 will allow for sales tax exemption. Not all states will allow a 508 to be sales tax exempt. Contact your Department of Revenue for details. The 508 will allow for property tax exemption on the first property. If your church has a second property or possible supporters from collections of churches, filing a 501c3 is recommended. I think you should do a 501c3 regardless. If you got the trust established, it's all going to belong and be in partnership with the trust. The beneficial interest belongs to the trust. The 508 makes a legally clean path in cases of paid employees. The 508c1a establishes the church as a not-for-profit entity and protects the church itself from government reporting and taxation. Nonetheless, it does not protect against the requirements to report income paid to clergy or employees. All 50 states allow you to register as a 508c1a faith-based organization or church. Now, here's how it works. I'm going to show you how to break this down. We got Chris G in the building. It says, peace to the Don. Peace and love, King. There is no such thing as a separate law to form a 508c1a. A 508c1a is actually a 501c3 registered with the state only. You go to the website and assume all online filings. You will go to the link to create a non-profit or not-for-profit. To you, it will appear you are filing for a 501c3. All right? So pass the joint. Here y'all go, man. Go ahead and hit that shit. I'm smoking good. I'm smoking good right now. We got the crumbles. Out here dropping game. Free 99. You feel me? Drop a donation when you find this information valuable. Because I know a lot of y'all out there, y'all revamping it and reselling it and reteaching it. Leave a donation. If you're getting paid off my voice, you're getting paid off my energy. Drop a donation or tag your boy. Show your boy some love. Because you know motherfuckers out here talking that shit. On the Articles of Incorporation, you will fill it out as if you were a 501c3 with your organization name. They will ask on the form what your primary purpose is. Simply enter, we are operating as a 508c1a. I'm going to say this again. On the Articles of Incorporation, you will fill it out as if you were a 501c3 with your organization name. They will ask you on the form what your primary purpose is. Simply enter, we are operating as a 508c1a. Brian Jefferson in the building, peace and love. That's it. That's all you do. I'm giving away a game, man. Because listen, I done made a lot of money off this. I ain't gonna stunt, and that's why people trying to follow me, jump in my shoes, try to do what I do, but they can't do what I do. You follow me? Because I live this life. I really do this. I do this in my sleep. I eat, sleep, and shit this. I really do. I do this more than I see my own family. Real shit. And y'all gotta start recognizing that, man. Drop them donations. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's $10. And shout your boy out. That's all I'm asking for. Shout your boy out. Hey, I learned this from DonKilam. It's that simple. Because I know they say all information is regurgitated. Somebody learned it from somewhere. But I put a lot of this stuff together, man. And I put a lot of my creativity in this. I don't just revamp shit. You feel me? It says, bro, speaking simplicity form, much appreciated. I appreciate that, man. I do my best. But when you're doing your non-profit, all you got to do is put, we're operating as a 508c1a. And you ain't got to file shit with the IRS after that. People not understanding that. You can get grants. You can get all types of shit. I'm trying to tell you, loans. You do not need to file any status to the federal government. And when we're talking about status, that's why I tell people learn the business side first. Learn trust law. Learn corporations and LLCs, because then you'll start learning different status positions. CEO is a status. President is a status. Treasurer is a status. When you start learning this and you learn how to operate as a businessman or a businesswoman, you can operate in the correct status for your name, because you understand your name as a business, but you don't know the business side, so you don't know status. Kiva Style says, I appreciate it. Donated for the Donna info, even though I've had it for years. Peace and love. Peace and love. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody that's dropping donations right now. I'm getting them too, man. Much peace and love. I just ain't going through them. I'll shout y'all out another time. But yes, listen, status. That's it. Learn how to be a businessman or a businesswoman, then you all learn status correctly. You could come back to the private. Learn. So when you, it's kind of hard. It's kind of like the yin and yang. You got to balance it. You got to learn the private and you got to learn the public. What really started making it make sense for me was real estate. I started hanging around a lot of real estate agents, going to these real estate meetings and these real estate classes, and it started making a lot of sense. I started learning about equity. All right, when I started helping people beat foreclosures and mortgage and get rid of that mortgage note, a lot of these things start making sense when you're breaking it down. You're following the paper trail. You follow me? Everything is on paper. You gotta understand that. You gotta understand everything is a game. It was land here. There was people living on it. They took it. Then they had to create a game. They had to create a game to sell it back to people. Chris G said, would buying the SPC process from you be the first thing to do? The first thing I would do is become a member. I would become a member. I'd either have me come to you, because that's going to be an unforgettable 3 days of your life, or I would become a member so you can have that phone call with me. We can schedule that phone call. And some of the members right now, if you're in the Dallas, Texas area, right now they got me there for a whole week. People just buying these $1,500 memberships, and I'm staying there a whole week. I'm going to meet with them for a day. You follow me? I'm going to meet with them for a day. I'm coming to Dallas, Texas. I'm going to meet with you for a day. 1,500, meet with you for a day, and you're going to get a phone call. We're going to create a plan or a path. And most of the people I'm dealing with now is business owners, and it's so lovely because they understand. I can take them to the private side. They understand. It's so beautiful. They understand. You follow me? Now, you don't have to file anything with the federal government unless you got paid employees. All right? Now, with Missouri, this is what I'm going to show you. Missouri, the form 59B. 59B. This is a statement of change of registered agent and or registered office, all right? We got the 1746 right there. I skipped one. There's 452 right there. 452. I got it right there. It's 59 now. It's not 50. It's not 50. It's 59 in Missouri now. So there you go. I'm going to make sure y'all get this in Missouri. Peace and love. Peace and love. We got Armani in the building. And then 1746, this is the Missouri Sales or Use Tax Exemption application. And every state has it, all right? Every state has these exact forms. You file these two with the Secretary of State. The Articles of Incorporation of a nonprofit corporation is $25 in Missouri. And then this statement of change of business office, this is going to be free. They're not going to charge you anything for that. And this is free as well in Missouri. So it's $25 just to get this filed in Missouri. That's nothing. That's nothing. Then if you want to set up your name as an LLC, that's going to be $100. And I would suggest doing that. Yes, the trust pays you. The trust. I'm reading the comments. Let me pull it up. Because I know people going to be... She said, I've been thinking of getting one on with the Don. She says, you thinking about getting the trust. Dollar signs I'm seeing, I'm going to get out this 9 to 5 race. Look, I'm going to teach y'all, there's so many ways. Listen, I advise getting that $1 million worth of game, or getting $1 million worth of game, coming to the $1 million worth of game 3-day seminar. 3 days is really not a lot with the information that I have and can give you. But a lot of people that I've touched are making a lot of money. They're making a lot of money and learning how to build credit. Truthfully, I can't make this up. I can't make this up. It's a beautiful thing. There's people doing better than me. I'm trying to tell you. They're living life to the fullest. Living life. One of my students just hit me up, showed me his Porsche. You follow me? Chilling in a Porsche. I'm like, that's what's up. And I want you to know, man, there's so many. I'm going to do a simple Google search when you're understanding this. (501c3) grants. There's so many grants. Nonprofit grants. That's where most of them go. You follow me? I'm gonna start doing classes on grants too. But look, I just did a simple 11 grants to apply for nonprofit organizations. Everybody has money. This is how they get rid of it so they don't have to pay taxes. You follow me? But I'm telling you, this, you're, because a lot of people think they don't qualify for the EIDL. If you don't qualify for it, then you need to set up a nonprofit because your nonprofit qualifies for it. They do give funding to nonprofit organizations for the EIDL. I'm going to have to look. Regarding participation of faith-based organizations. Regarding participation of faith-based organizations. Let's download the PDF. Boom. Frequently asked questions regarding participation of faith-based organizations in the Paycheck Protection Program and the EIDL. Are faith-based organizations, including House of Worship, eligible to receive SBA loans under the PPP EIDL? Yes, and we additionally clarified that faith-based organizations are eligible to receive SBA loans regardless of whether they provide secular social services. Sauce, I'm giving y'all game, man. It says once the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. You just gotta learn how to get this funding, man. There's so much money out here. Listen, man, I'll give y'all that too, man. If y'all want that, I'll send that to you. But it's right there. Just Google it like I did. Just go back and watch it. Now, before I get off here, let me go over some stuff. So, this is it right here. It's 71 pages. You are going to want to put this on file to prove that you are a true nonprofit ministry, or however you want to do it. All right, this is the Articles of Incorporation. You do it for your name, your church name in your state, your convention name, or your convention or treaty, however you want to look at it and label it, and boom, that's it. It's got the bylaws. Then on the private side, you got the trust. The trust is 79 pages. So this is a lot of information you got to fill out and really go over and go through. But it's worth it. And nothing comes to you free and easy. You got to put forth some type of sacrifice. Something. It's going to take some time. But once you know it and get it down, it's over with. Now, the way I have the trust set up is you in the ministry. the actual foundation that you're creating with the actual state, y'all going into business together. All right? From y'all creating this trust together, y'all pledging y'all's assets together to this trust, so the trust is going to have the whole beneficial interest over your personal assets and also the church's assets. And that's pretty much how it's set up. And then the beneficiaries, how we have it set up, is going to be your kids or whoever you decide and choose. It can also be another entity. If you create another entity off the court or another trust off the court, that can be the beneficiary. I'm giving away a lot of game right now for free 99. So if you find this information valuable, you already know what to do. Leave a donation. A Cash App. TheDonKilam. TheDonKilam. Don't nobody do it like your boy Don Kilam, also known as Malik Kalam. I'm giving away the game. I'm making it simple. Everybody else giving you all this wish-washy bullshit because they don't understand. They're not truly implementing these things. They're sitting out here truly paying bills, man. They're sitting here hustling to pay bills, yo. I'm teaching you the game, man. Listen, you are your biggest asset. Then your time's your biggest asset. You follow me? You can learn how to create a research development team where the trust pays people to bring you information that you're searching for. You follow me? Research development. Everybody, listen, all the greats had their own council or the research and development institutes. You follow me? This is how they label it so you can get paid. Y'all sitting here taking y'all's time trying to watch YouTube videos and read books. Listen, get the ebooks, pay somebody to read it, say, hey, this is the spill I'm looking for, or whatever it is you're looking for in life, man. Pay them to go get it, man. I don't care if it's $10,000. Hey, boom, this is $10,000. This is the information I need. Come back with it. $20,000. Come back with it. There's certain things that you're looking for. You got to know, man. You got to be definite with the infinite on truly what you're looking for in life, man. But this shit is easy, man. When I started breaking it down, and I'm giving y'all the game right here, man. Here's the real game right here. So we got, what's special about mine is I got tax shelters in here, all right? It directs to everything, even education, all right? I'm trying to zoom in. Let me zoom in on this, man. Look, right here. This is the game right here. Tax exempt purposes. I'm giving you the game right here. And then we're going into grant recipients. We're talking about granting. All right. But the trust is organized and shall be administered, distributed, and operated exclusively for charitable and educational purposes within the meaning of the Internal Revenue Code 508C1A, benefits for faith-based organizations, churches, integrated auxiliaries, and association churches do not have to apply as a 501c3 in order to be tax exempt and offer tax deductibility for contributions. All organizations seeking tax exempt status must apply to the IRS except faith-based organizations. Faith-based organizations can be formed under Section 508c1A and enjoy mandatory exceptions from these requirements of the code. It says, yes, he is dripping sauce. I appreciate that. We got Moonchild 875 in the building. Says, thanks, brother. I'm listening. I'm telling you, all these other people. Listen, I'm telling you, look. Most of your leaders is watching me anyways. Listen, they come to me. Most of them gurus, they've been watching me. They taking my sauce. Certain motherfuckers shout me out, and that's what's up. I'm letting y'all know what it is, man. I'm dropping y'all the game. I've been dropping y'all the game. You tell them drop a donation. That's what you do. Say, hey, I saw this at Don Kilam. I checked Don Kilam's videos out. He dropped it first. Did you drop him a donation? Where'd you get the information from? You must have bought the $1 million worth of game at MalikKalam.com. Because that's what woke a lot of you motherfuckers up. You dig what I'm saying? I hate to brag, but damn, I'm good. And that's just what it is. You follow me? Look, I'm breaking down codes. You got to understand the codes, cheat codes in life. Serious, appreciate you. I love your name. I'm a Syrian starseed. You follow me? We even broke down nationals, man. I'm telling you, this trust is dope. Never seen nothing like it until I made it. You follow me? Until I put it together. So look at this trust, man. It's even got the will in it. I got the will. And that's what it is. Drop the donation. Go there. I'm dropping sauce, man. I got the Constitution and bylaws for your church. Put it together, man. You're going to have to put your own religion and spirituality in there. But if you bring me to your city, we can go over there together. You drop that 1,500 membership. We can go over this together, too. Follow me? Just quit hitting me up at 6 in the morning like the homeboy did, man. I cussed him out, but then we was cool afterwards. He was like, yo, I didn't even notice. But yeah, you just getting caught up in the information. You're in the ethers. It's all good. Get out the ethers. Come back to earth and understand 1,000 motherfuckers hit me up every day, begging me, asking me for free shit, asking me to give them donations. This shit's funny. Look, asking me to send them diapers. Sometimes I might, listen, if your story sounds sad enough, I'll look you up. And you got some kids and shit, I can tell it's legit, man. I might go send you some diapers, some Pampers, shoot you a free national ID or something. You dig what I'm saying? You follow me? He said, we got Royal Minister Kamara in the building. He's a Syrian Starseeds in the building. Yes. Motherfuckers don't know about that, man. Church Constitution, man. I'm trying to tell you, get it together. I'm trying to look. I don't know if you know. Listen, you really shouldn't praise no man. You should praise yourself starting off. If you're going to praise any man or any fleshly being, praise yourself first. So look, but check this out. All praise is due to Noble Drew Ali. So they put it together, man. They put it together. I don't know what's going on now because I don't be in the temples. But when you think about how they put the Zodiac Constitution together, incorporated their charters, and had it together, man. He was a prime example of truly what you need to do and get out the rat race and get out the matrix. But yeah, so that's what it is, man. That's what I wanted to bring to y'all today. That's all I want to bring to y'all today. I want to drop y'all some game. I've been working hard. Alright, we good. So if you want that information, I just got a donation from I'll shout you out real quick. It didn't pop up on that phone. Hold on. Elvin, I appreciate you. Elsie the Light says, gotta tell you what happened at court. Let us know, homie. Let us know. But what you going to court for anyway? I don't go to court. Alright. Kiva Style, I appreciate the love. We got the Trillionaire, I appreciate the love. Moonchild, I appreciate the love. Moonchild says, Redeemer Chris G, appreciate the love. Brian Jefferson, appreciate the love as always. Life with Mark P, peace and love. I like that name. He says Life with Mark P. The real Jeremy Shorter says, your hard work is paying off, bro. Keep being the light to freedom. I appreciate that, man. I do what I can. I'm a busy man. I do what I can, man. I want y'all to know, too. I want y'all to know. Well, I'm an asshole sometimes, too. Shaquille says he needs that idea ASAP. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm an asshole. Yeah, I do remember. I'm going to tell you why I'm an asshole because, look, if love did the trick, then we'd all be there. We would all be there. You follow me? You know, there's a reason a lot of special forces come to me. I work with a lot of people that was in the special forces or retired special forces, retired military. They used to be and talked to a certain way, given orders a certain way. A lot of us was baby. You follow me? Y'all was baby. Look, man, and just be honest with yourself. To us that got kids out there, do you want your kids to grow up like you? Are you being an example? And do you want your kids to grow up like your parents? Are they good examples? These are the things you need to think about. Follow me? You need to learn how to set the standards. Learn how to set standards and hold morals and values. And learn how to put that in the trust and hand that down. You follow me? See, one good thing before I go, I'm gonna drop. These are my own personal opinions and beliefs. All right. It takes a man to raise a man, but it takes a woman to raise a nation because information starts at the time of conception. I believe it is the woman's duty to tell that child who it is, and what it's going to grow up to be. And it shouldn't be nothing short of greatness. And don't have them growing up being scary, all right? Don't have them growing up thinking they came from slavery. They're here to solve problems for humanity. And that's what should be in your trust. It should hand this down. When a child becomes a man, it should know its directive. When a boy grows into a man, it should know what a man is. And there's men out here that I help on a daily basis that they don't know what a true man is. They only know what they've seen because nobody gave them nothing physical. Say, hey, now you're a man now. They think they're a man when they have a baby. Some people have baby at teenagers. They think they're a man when they leave the house. They think they're a man when they start getting coochie. You follow me? And the same thing with the women. They need to know their roles. You need to be definite with your roles. And you need to leave this with your family trust or family Bible. You follow me? You need to have this not on Facebook. We're putting all our pictures and memories on Facebook. These used to even be part of this trust. You follow me? Could nobody take this from you? This is getting handed down to your beneficiaries. We don't even know who we are. You don't even know no self of identity no more. You think you're this card. You think you're this ID. You think you're this birth certificate. You think you're this debt you owe. You have no self-awareness. And once you start learning how to operate in trust and learning how important it is to hand down a legacy, then maybe you'll start maneuvering differently. And this is what trust means to me. A true trust or a true bond in commerce is one that you have with your higher power, higher self, because you're doing your best to capture creativity and then get compensated correctly in the physical form through your creativity, through your gifts from the higher power. That's what this trust means to me. I don't know what else I can say to make it make sense. But I need you to know that you truly have a life purpose. I stress this to a lot of my students. You truly have a life purpose. You are here for a reason. Why do you keep taking up God's air space if you believe in something greater than yourself? So when you discover that you have a greater purpose, you discover that you have a true job in life, then nothing can stop you from living it and being it and doing it and having whatever you desire, because prosperity is your birthright. It learn how to hand down a legacy. Learn how to hand down something for generations to come. It starts with you. For a tree to grow strong, it has to have strong roots. So learn how to hand down that. Learn how to hand down your roots. And if you don't have roots, make some up on what you want to hand down to your kids. Because if you don't make up a story, then they're going to believe a story somebody else made up. Because that's what's been going on, and that's what's going on. So quit allowing someone who knows nothing about your culture to hand down your culture to your heritage. They're controlling your perception and what you see. So you got to learn how to take that back. And that's what a trust is. So we should still be making physical pictures, handing them down, even if it's paintings. Follow me? Handing that down. Having a clear objective in life on, hey, this is what I think your life should be, but we can't go against free will. This is the knowledge I think you should have. Learn how to put it in a trust and hand this down. Elsie the Light says he terrorized the court. He did pay a pity. TJ Nab says he's a Palladian star seed. Peace and love. Before y'all start chipping out, just go ahead and do a simple YouTube search on some of this stuff. The Trillionaire says gratitude, love blesses the existence, love is the word. Praise Yahweh. Yes. Always give gratitude. Gratitude is a universal law, man. But just remember that if anything else, if you didn't get anything from tonight, just remember a true bond or a true trust in commerce is one with your higher power, higher self. Because if a trust is getting paid That thought form came from somebody and they put it in a trust, and then that trust started getting paid. You follow me? Most banks are trusts. But it started with a thought form. Everything started from man first and then expressed it into the trust form, in affidavit form, contract form. It starts back with the roots. Go all the way back in history, man. It started with the Vatican, all right? When these trusts started, the Sesticade Trust. So start learning about that, man. Start learning who you are. And then figure out what it is you're here to bring to humanity, to uplift humanity. Because that's what I'm putting in my bylaws. We're not really here. We're here as a spiritual being, here to uplift humanity. I didn't put no type of true religion. My religion is to uplift humanity. We don't have a name. We're just spiritual beings. I'm here to uplift humanity. With that, I'm out. Much peace and love. Make sure you drop the donation. The DonKilam is the Cash App, TheDonKilam. You can always go to donkilam.com/donate or Malik Kalam. Much peace and love. And remember, prosperity is your birthright. Peace.